Crowley rose through the ranks for 2 decades, serving as a firefighter, engineer, captain, assistant chief, and deputy chief. Again, I'm not trying to validate that because I don't know her. But what I try to do on my show is speak truth. If you got an opinion, cool, say it's your opinion. As my man said, opinions don't have to be true, or opinions don't have to be facts, as he said. I disagree. I think that if I say something, if I know it's not a fact, I should say, all right, well, this ain't this is just my opinion. I just think it this way. This is what I've experienced. This is what I've seen. But I'm not gonna give it to you like, oh, this is this is it. This is the truth because I feel it. That ain't gonna happen. So sorry, my guy jumped off, but it is what it is. He'll be back because he always got something to say, just like I do. But sometimes things get heated, and you can't think that it's only going to be your view. And sadly, that's why people don't like to engage in this. They feel like, no, it's just my view, and I don't want to hear nothing from nobody else. What he starts saying is like, if you can't enforce it, then you can't talk about it. That don't even make sense. Because all people talk about it. Even Republicans, when they couldn't enforce anything and the Democrats were in power, they still talked. They still fought against it. They still had all their issues with it. Like, of course, this is freedom of speech. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? Is this America or not? We following the Constitution or not? Hope y'all enjoyed that. This has been Cashmere, California. I'm still leaving that up. Christian. Oh yeah, he mad. He mad. He'll be texting me in a second. Yeah, this is Cashmere, California. That was good. I knew it was gonna be good. I told him, don't make me mad. Don't make me mad. I want to have a good conversation with him, but certain people you just can't disrespect on the show. And I always try to give my guests to any future guest that sees this and they want to come on and talk about it. If you can see it, I give people all of the space that I can for them to speak. If I need to say something, sometimes I might jump in and say it, but then I try to be quiet, back up, and let them get their points across. I might challenge those points, but I still give you the space. What I just did in muting Christian, it was because, but what I won't allow is for people just to disrespect the viewers. You can't disrespect my viewers. You can come on the show. I'll make sure that you are respected by the viewers, but I'll also make sure you respect the viewers, because at the end of the day, my supporters are everything to the show. So we are here to try to create good conversation for the viewers, not to disrespect them. So if you disagree with it, you just disagree with it. But to start talking about, can you fight? And okay, now we on something else. Like, that's a whole nother space that we shouldn't even be in. We shouldn't even be in. Me and him are grown men with children, with wives or significant others, and that is enough to have a certain level of maturity. And talking about, can the woman fight? No, come on, that's a lot. Che Brookins says, your thoughts on Trump and Vance bullying of the president. Man, that was rough. I'm not going to get into it, just because I try not to let this podcast just be a sounding board for me to just speak my thoughts. I usually try to bring on somebody with some kind of other opinion or some value to add to the conversation. So it's not just me just going off the handle on someone. But I will say that there's a reason that half of America didn't vote for Trump and Vance. There's also a reason why half did. The way that we deal with our foreign adversaries, that's one of our big differences. And for those of us who didn't vote for Trump, that's a big part of it. Not knowing how he was going to treat and respect our foreign friends, whether that be in support, in trade, or in any other areas. And so I don't agree with it. Half of us don't. Probably more than half. They just don't want to say it. But I think that uh, if we are allies, we should always operate as allies. We can disagree, but best not to do that on camera, right? Um, like what just happened. We can disagree, but best to try to be mature about it. If I was on his show and he muted me, I wouldn't have jumped off the show. I would understand, okay, he's trying to get control of his show. It's his podcast. It's his platform. Um, but I feel like disagreements will happen. Back to the diversity thing. That's why we have diversity. That's why we're bringing different thoughts and different opinions, different backgrounds. We value that diversity, and that's going to lead to some tension at times. But um, that's not justification in either being disrespectful or bullying because you hold something over someone. You have more value than that person. They're subservient to you because they need you. You're more powerful. I feel like that turns into a lesson that I be teaching my kids, and as adults they should know better, but tis what it is. With that being said, this is the Pod is Good podcast. I am Cashmere California, and with that I am